guys ready to go. Obviously, a good job by Western Illinois tonight. Came in here and find a way to get a win. For 24 hours, we'll, kind of get ourselves together here, get ready to go out and play here again next week against Southern Illinois, which they came off a tough loss today against North Dakota State, so we'll need to regroup ourselves and get ready to play for next week. And I think everything that happened today is correctable. Some of it's self-inflicted, and I'm sure our players will respond and get ready for the second half.
What went into the decision to take Dante out?
We had talked about it really going into last week about trying to get both those guys in. We felt like that Dante brings certain strengths to the table, and Hunter Wells brings certain strengths to the table. So our original plan was after the second series to play both quarterbacks. Hunter got in there and kind of got the hot hand a little bit and did some things, and we kind of decided at that point to kind of ride him out a little bit there, and felt like we were going to probably need to be able to throw the ball in some tight spots there to try to win the game.
How does it set you up for next week then? Who's the starter, if you know?
I think it's something that we'll probably visit with as a staff tomorrow. Just sit down and look at it. Take 24 hours, kind of let emotions and stuff settle down and look and see where we are, and kind of we'd like to be able to play two quarterbacks because they both obviously bring something. I think it's harder for teams to prepare for.
Can you talk about the discipline tonight? Obviously, two ejections and unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, I think the first ejection was just, I haven't seen the film, obviously, but, it was a kick-out block on the kickoff, and, they said it was targeting. I wasn't I was watching someone else. I was watching a double team, so it was one play and done for Desmond, obviously, and he does a lot for us on special teams and on our third down and long package and third medium when we go three-man front. So that took one guy out of the game, and then later on in the game, I think, they let their offensive linemen frustrate us, and, there was a lot of arguing and going back and forth about who was poking who and this and that, and, when I looked up and when my eyes went to where the foul was happened, our guy was tackled on the ground. So, but, regardless, you can't retaliate, and you got to have more discipline than that, and that's something that we've got to keep our composure when you get frustrated.
Do you have any update on Demond and how he's doing?
It's a pretty serious deal, obviously. Looked like a pretty serious concussion. He was able to move his hands and his feet. Bringing out the board was probably somewhat precautionary, but we were obviously going to err on the side of caution, and we made a decision there, JD, obviously, to bring the board out, and hopefully he's okay and gets back with us.
Eric, what about the fake punt? That's two this year that teams have been able to do.
Yeah, we're going to have to, what happened was obviously the punt before that they did punt, we had a big return of 40 yards or whatever it was. I think it was Jelani. And so we probably had too many guys covering up people and trying to get another big return as opposed to keeping more guys home. Well, we had two guys off the edges, but that wasn't enough as far as when you have a three-man shield there. We probably need to commit one more person or maybe two in the interior. And that's something that schematically we'll get squared away.
Is by rule someone always shadows the punter, so to speak?
Well, we have two guys coming off the very end, like of the formation off the edge. So they come in like this here. But what happens is when they have a three-man shield, so they just block out on those guys, and everyone else releases down the field, which they can do. So thus it opens up the middle there, and we've got to get two guys probably in the A gap there or B gaps just to make sure that the ball's being punted and challenge the middle of the shield so that way that option's not there.
Your defense had a chance probably with about 5 minutes left to get them off the field, couldn't do it in time. Can you stop it?
Well, I elected to punt the ball there. I think it was 4th and 5, and I was thinking about going for it, and I was like, you know what, there's still enough time here. I still had a good feeling about where we were and what we were able to do. So we punted the ball away, and obviously we had them, what do we have them down there in the 5 or 12-yard line, somewhere in there, and they got a big pass out on us. And that was obviously probably the big play of the game right there, really. That was a good thing, that we punted the ball there, but we just let a big pass out there and, lost the challenge. I thought for sure that they caught the ball and took 2 steps and fumbled it, but they video said, I guess not. So
I know it's right after the game, but what was the difference tonight?
I think the difference was us having 11 penalties. Normally, last 2 years we've been the least penalized team in the league by double digits the last 2 years, and today those penalties snuck up and caught up to us. We jumped off sides on 3rd and 6, and that was a big part of the game there because it put it back to 3rd and short. Those kind of things, and the personal foul, and we had another one where a guy didn't get ejected, but fighting with these offensive linemen after the play, and I know jerseys are all ripped up and stuff, and they say they're not holding whatever, but regardless, we have to keep our composure, and we didn't do that. And I talked about that to our team after, and that's something that we can control. You got to be able to control your emotions, and that's part of this game. We've played 6 games this far. We're 4-2. We're 1-1 in conference, and we still have a lot of things ahead of us that are in our control. But we got to take control of it. We can't let our emotions step in and get out of control, and let that be a factor in the football game.
You talked earlier in the year about missed tackles. They were,
We had a bunch of missed tackles today. Guys were leaving their feet too early, specifically, and that was something that we really talked about at halftime there, about doing a better job of that. And one time we thought we had a pick. Next thing you know, they're turning around running the ball down the field on us. But we kind of overcame that there in the first half. But I don't know. At the end of the day, things happen. It's a game of football. You got to move forward and get ready for Southern Illinois and get your corrections squared away and control what you can control. And that starts with us.
Coming into the game, did you think they could run the football and put it in the hands of Norvell if they couldn't?
Well, surprisingly, they ran the ball probably a little bit more on some quarterback sweeps. It wasn't necessarily a game changer in the game, but they were running them. They did run them for 55 yards against North Dakota State last week, 12 times. But he's a good running back, and you got to give him credit. And they were able to come back and complement it with a little bit of a token play fake and trying to get our corners to bite and trying to throw it over their head.
How do you think Hunter performed, late in the game under pressure?
It's a situation where it's obviously difficult. You got guys screaming down your throat there, but I think you can see that he can throw the ball in some tight windows. He's thrown a lot of footballs in high school, and just has a lot of reps at it. That's something that he can do. He's big, he's tall, he can see the field. Obviously, not late in the game, but earlier in the game when he was in there, they were trying to pressure us and stuff. And he took a couple shots here and there, but he was able to bounce back. And he's a freshman, and you're going to deal with some of that.
When you got the ball back with 30 seconds to go, you threw the ball in the middle of the field, no timeouts. What were you trying to do there?
Well, we went with Big Ben out first. I think it was with 46 seconds there, and we felt like we had to get a first down to try to get us into a last play situation. So we tried to get a first down, kill the clock, and that was getting it there. We'd have liked to have seen us get back You know, when you catch the ball there, you normally want to turn around and get back vertical, not play lateral, not play sideways. But we knew we had to get a first down in order to get a chance at the last play.
I've got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
The snapper did a good job on the bad snap. Do you guys practice that during the week?
Oh, yeah, all the time.